Gonna be a raw breakdown of the week. Pretty shitty week, I'd say. I blew, I think, two evals, and I blew one of my funded accounts. The main account was blown on technically Tuesday night, but for Wednesday's trading session. I guess overnight session, and I don't really have a breakdown of it. I made this video right after I blew it, but my mic was not turned on, so there's like you could just see me get pissed. I'm just so angry. I just overtraded a bit on this one, but let's start proper here. Monday was a solid day. Monday was a super solid day. Technically two winning trades because this one did go 12 and a half points, but then I went BE and shot for more. And then after I hit break even, got a really clean play off of this. And we hit the 1R across both accounts, Express 1 and 2. And then this eval I did great on. And then I got another trade on this one. I think it was up like $500. Strong push out of point of control. Strong rejection of point of control tap. Monday was great. Tuesday, shit show. Just absolute shit show. Scrub through this. I think, yeah, I can watch this. A video of us watching a video. Let me see if I can move my face on this. Yeah, but this is essentially just a video. Of me trading, and where's the trade? Took a short, and where I messed up was right here. I really should have waited for this candle to close, but for setting this limit order because, well, I guess you'll see. Why screen this? Yeah, so we hit the limit order. We went about like 10 points, maybe like 8 to 10 points. Then we got hit break even, but the limit order should have been right there. You see that? You see how we closed over this point of control right here, and then automatically. So this shows me that the sellers are currently in control because we have closed over the point of control. It broke through it, and the sellers were able to hold price down well enough for us to close through it. So once this candle closed, the limit order should have been set, and then we should have dumped. And not that we should have dumped, but the limit order should have been set, and we should have been in the trade then. I got in too early, and you can see I chase it because I realized that subconsciously we went 210 out of 255. I really should have went break even there, right there. I should have went break even for sure, because if we weren't gonna go, then there's a low prop. Like once you get I've realized with this strategy, once you get like a strong push like that, if we can't just get to that 12 and a half points, is a pretty good probability that it's not going to go. And I get tapped out right there. I lose on that one, and yeah, and then I went and I traded. I realized that I made the mistake, and then I traded the Buell Knox, and there was a complete. I added another contract right there. It was a complete emotion trade, and there was no reason to do it, and I just got ran through on the Buell Knox eval. So after that, I was like, I had nothing else to trade. I think I ended up trading. I think I traded on. I didn't do anything. Eval blown, took LMPAs. Yeah, so I blew up the Buell Knox eval for these trades. This was just that morning. And then Thursday. Okay, wait, hold on. It was Tuesday. Okay, so Wednesday. This was actually. Wait, did I go over this already? No, I didn't. Okay, so that was Tuesday. Wednesday was what I was referring to. I blew this one up just taking monkey trades, just click button trades. And I mean I had two trades run well past 1R and that didn't secure any profits when I was right down. So the first trade I took was a loss. I should have just stopped right there. I didn't. I kept trading. I took off my daily loss limit because of how close I was. Like whether it's 300 or 400, I was like, all right, this thing's about to blow. It's a horrible mindset to have. And then I just started trading for money, just trying to catch like a huge swing down, so I can have a nice cushion. And I failed epically, epically failed, and actually didn't have to because if I would have just secured profit, and not be greedy for more, then this account would have been saved. But this account was blown up. It was actually my best account yet. I think I just locked that out, so I didn't do anything stupid. But yeah, that was that. So this account's gone. This was the number one. I pulled three payouts out of this account, so it's not like it's the absolute end of the world. It definitely sucks, and I've definitely been on a horrible losing streak, and just like a very it's in like a bad spot mentally when it comes to trading. I'm trying to dig myself out of it, and it's been really tough trying to figure out what I have to do to get myself out of this. But we're doing it. We are trying. So that was Tuesday night, okay, Wednesday. I didn't trade the rest of the day. I took the day off. I was like, I'm not touching the charts anymore. I'm not looking at it. There's a lot. I definitely looked at it on my phone because I was out. But yeah, if we jump into one Thursday, I actually dropped down to micros, and I traded this on this account here. And it was a nice $400 trade. Really, really like super clean trade. One of the best trades I've taken in a very, very, very long time. I was managing it very well. Stop loss was being trailed. I took a lot of profit here once I started seeing rejection, and then once I saw us sweep right here, and then you got a strong rejection down, and we got this nice big candle here. I was like, you know what? Market open is in about 30 minutes, so let me just get out, keep my money, and that's it. So that was that. I think that was the only trade I took that day. I don't even think I traded the eval. I think I literally just that was it for the day. So that was a good day. I guess the context behind this trade was we were in this high volume node, and once I started seeing that the buyers could take control, I thought that they might want to go down for this equal low right here, but actually, these two right here were equal lows, but this low swept out this one right here, and it was a really really bullish reaction. So once I saw that. And then I started seeing that we have follow through. I was like, okay, we're coming at this high volume node. I want to see how we react here, but I pretty much held all of it into right here, and then I was aggressively just trailing my stops. So once we got to here, I went break even, and then here, so this was B, and then once we hit here, I trailed my stop. Once we hit this, I trailed my stop to here, and then once we hit this, I trailed my stop to here, and I took one off. And then I actually added one because I thought, all right, we might actually just blow right through this. Once I saw this candle, and I probably shouldn't have added there. Probably should have added more along the way here, but hindsight's 2020. And then once we started going down, I started feeling my emotions like start to build up a bit, and the tension was building up. So I was like, you know what? Well, I haven't had a good winning day in a minute, and I've been on such a horrible losing streak. I might as well just lock in my profits and just get off the charts before I lose it all. So that's what I did. Thursday was a great day. Friday, I think the biggest mistake here was I tried recreating what I did on Thursday. You can see, I mean, we had like an insanely bearish sell-off because of tariff news, and I was essentially trying to catch a falling knife, and it failed epically. I hit a loss in this trade, and then I hit the max loss limit before this trade could continue. So yeah, definitely sucked. But I was locked out after that, so I'm down to like $762 in that account. And yeah, so long story short, good trading, good trading. Mistake on on the opening trade strat, a lot of frustration after that, but locked out of those accounts. But I will not eval. Those are like $15 with the deal right now, so it's not the worst thing in the world. I guess you can call it. I don't really know because it was like over Wednesday, Tuesday night. It was Asia session for Wednesday, so in Asia session. Blue, the main funded account, clicking buttons and being greedy. Realistically, I shouldn't bro, what is good with this? Like, yeah, what is going on with this thing? Tried to thing I did on Thursday, but the conditions were different. That's it in a nutshell. Let's go with. I know this isn't the answer. Like more knowledge is probably not the answer, but I feel like my strategy that I've been using, and it's tough saying this because I made decent money with that strategy, right? I made 4,500 bucks in less than 30 days. That's pretty good. I was able to do that, but I think what I'm missing now is for that specific strategy, I need to stick to the point of control break and retest. Play because that was the main play that got me my payouts. So that's that. That's that. I definitely have to do this, and I'm just gonna do it on the last funded account. And if I blow that funded account, fucking is what it is. It is what it is, and it doesn't matter because one, I already got a payout in that account, so it's paid for, it's fine. And two, I just have to let the probabilities. I have to like let go of the idea that I'm gonna lose all my funded accounts and not be able to make payouts and so on and so forth. I think I just have to let that go. So I'm gonna stick to just a point of control break and retest because if you look at the data that I have collected on that, I just picked a random day. Point of control break and retest with the trend, and it's just money. It's really just money. Look how clean the chart is. There's nothing on it. I'm not looking at high volume nodes. I'm not doing nothing. It's literally just me and picking a random day here. Current point of control break and retest. Like that is literally how I passed all my funded accounts. That's how I got a majority of my payouts. I did get some crazy swings, not swings, but like some crazy trades where like something like this, where I was down $500 and I let it run. I did get some crazy trades and some like Asia session trades and some like pre-market trades that helped me get my payouts as well. But the main thing I did to get my payouts were this was my first red day here, I remember. But I did get some really big payouts on the point of control break and retest. This was a break even day. Yeah. So point of control break and retest. It's all I did. Like it's literally all I did was point of control break and retest, point of control break and retest. I have about a month of screenshots in here of me doing this, and it just worked really well. So I think, not that I think, I know that this upcoming week, I like this is the most important thing, right? Bold. Let's make it fucking red. Like this is it. Point of control break and retest. Take all the other shit off the charts. Cool. Bold red. That's the first thing. Second thing is I'm okay with learning more because I feel like I feel like it's okay to learn more about building other ways to trade. Because I think what I'm currently doing is I'm just trying to I'm coming into point of control of like volume based trading from ICT. So with value area high, value area low, high volume nodes, low volume nodes, point of control, volume profile of a session, volume profile of the entire day. Like I found a way for me to make money using it, but I really don't know too much about it. And I guess there really isn't too much to know about it, but I want to expand more on that because I don't want to only be able to trade the open, right? As much as I've made money with that setup, it's kind of annoying where like by like 9:35, I don't know, it's like a give and take. Where like by like 9:35, 9:40, it's either I've hit my daily loss limit or I've made money for the day. And I think that the market has so much more to offer. And I do like trading during Asia session where it's like everything's moving really slow. I find that like I can usually find like a trade there. And I genuinely enjoy trading Asia session. So I want to figure out a way to trade Asia session appropriately. And it's probably with high volume nodes, but I want to learn more about order flow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a cheap $15 Buell Knox eval. I just bought Motive Wave, and I'm going to get the level 2 data, and I'm going to try to actually learn how to truly scalp, not just in the opening minutes, but like truly scalp throughout the day. Like I want to learn how to do that. There's people who can do that, and I want to learn how to be able to do that. So I'm going to stick with what I know on the funded account, only take the point of control break and retest on the funded account to see if I can keep churning out payouts. And while I do that on eval accounts, I'm gonna try to learn how to trade order flow with volume profile and scalp, or even learn how to take like bigger position trades, something that's more than a one-to-one R. Just learn how to read the market through order flow and what's happening. So that's what we're gonna do. Order flow on order flow and volume profile trading slash learning on cheap evals. And I'm doing it on a cheap eval because when I backtest on like a sim or a demo, maybe it's just me, maybe I have the wrong mindset around it. Maybe what I'm saying is just doesn't make any sense, but it doesn't really do anything for me. Like when I was like backtesting like ICT, the backtesting would go great, and then I would hit like the real market, and I'd be like, all right, like it just felt everything felt completely different because like you're not seeing I'm not seeing the candles print in real time. I'm not watching the small fluctuations in price. And I feel like that's a big thing to know and to utilize while you're actually trading a strategy. So I'm not going to sit and back test. I'm not going to take a week or 4 months and demo test and back test, and there's no real money on the line. At least it's like $15, like it's like an evaluation that I'm going to take seriously. So if I do lose, I can have some solid data where money was on the line. Like I purchased an eval, I used my card to buy that eval, and I have some skin in the game. Maybe that's the wrong idea, but that's how I'm going to do it. So, yeah, this was a long one, 25 minutes. I cut it up a bit, but we're trying, man. We're trying. It's been very tough lately, psychology wise. And I think my psychology is clouding my vision for my opening trade strategy. So I've also been reading Best Loser Wins. I'm about three-quarters of the way done with that. I read it every day and just trying to pull little things off of that. So we'll see.